G'day everybody. Well, here we go. I've set everything up. You're looking at me. You've seen in the stuff prior to this what's happened in the room. So everything in my system, every last component in my system has Auva EQ component isolation under it. And obviously you know that the Wilsons have the Auva 100 speaker isolation under them. So we're going to play a track now, and it's a beautifully recorded track. It's a bit different from the last time we did this, but I'm going to play that because I know that's really well recorded, and then we're going to see what happens in here and see if I notice any difference in the presentation. Here we go. For a start, very first thing, the bass is more sudden and more impactful again. Oh, the vocal, Michael McDonald is like he's here. Oh. Imaging's amazing. My God, the vocal presentation is lifelike. Oh. And the bass is faster and quicker, more impactful again. Oh, the micro detail, the echo just disappears into the room behind me. There's so much detail, so much more detail than before. There's little bells that are in the right channel over here. They're just floating. Oh, the bass. The same sort of thing I was getting when I put the speakers up on the Auva EQs, the Auva 100s. I can't get my words out. The amps have done the same thing, and the preamp, getting them up on isolation has tightened everything up even more than before. And the vocal is astonishingly lifelike. Oh, and all the detail and everything, the staging. Oh God, that vocal is giving me goosebumps. Wow. Yeah, even the backing vocalists are behind the lead vocalist. Guitar sweet as honey. Stunningly real. Over how lifelike the imaging and the detail is in the vocal. That's a big step up, and the bass is just so much tighter again than before, and I didn't think it could get any better than it was with the speakers up, but my goodness, wow. space around them. And Michael McDonald's vocal, lead vocal, is right in the middle, and it's got dimension around it. It sounds real as I've ever heard it before. It's another step up, guys. It's another step up. Putting the amps and the preamp up on these Stack Audio stuff is, wowee, that is crazy good. I don't know what else to say. I wanted you to. I did this whole thing where you watch me again because I had a feeling there'd be an improvement, and there is definitely an improvement over what was in here before. Now, I can tease out later on, and I will do that, about whether it's the preamp and what happens when I take the preamp out. But I can certainly say that the monoblocks on their platforms and on their isolation now have done, which I'm almost certain that's what I'm hearing. It is tighter, more defined, in and out, quicker bass. So the lower octave is tighter, without a doubt, like a hugely more tighter than it was. Like that's the very first thing that I've noticed. The next thing I've noticed, and this could be preamp related, I'm not sure, but I'm getting a more sense of realism in the vocal presentation, and the space around all the instruments again has further improved. It's just when I thought I didn't know how I could get this system to be any better than this. Here you go. Do yourself a favor, everybody. If you are considering putting some of these stack isolation component isolation underneath your bits and pieces, go ahead and do it. I will wholeheartedly 100% say to you that in my system, and I will tell you exactly what's happened. If there was no change, I would tell you there's no change. But there is no doubt about it. It is a big step forward once again. This is a mega step forward. And I know isolating high-end components, or any component for that matter, improves the quality of the component. And I knew having the amplifiers just on the ground, which is all they've been on the ground while I organise platforms and things for them, that was not ideal. But still, I was blown away by the quality of things. And then there was a big improvement when I put the speaker isolation under, because that would have been transferring harmonics and vibration into the feet of the amps that are sitting on the floor. So there was a big improvement there. But now that the amps are up and they are isolated, we've got another that is as much of a step forward, let me tell you, as it was putting the Auva 100s underneath my speakers, the amplifiers and the preamp. No doubt about it, that is another really big audible step forward. There's no doubt about this. These things are the best kept secret in hi-fi. I'm telling you. Go out and give Josh a call. See if you can get some to try, because these things work on high-end stuff where you would think there's good engineering in those chassis. You would think that that's all been thought of, and in most cases it has been thought of. But what Theo is doing with this particle dampening technology is revolutionary. I know it. I've heard every component that I've put these under markedly improve in my system. My system now, if you took all of the isolation out of this system and sat it down on the Solidtech rack and you played music and you said, right, from the quantum from where it is right now to where it would be without anything on it, I reckon is 15%. Now that is a huge step forward when we're talking about Playback Designs digital front end, Vitus amplification. It's Wilson's, for goodness sake. I mean, there's a level you expect from quality of gear like that, but this is a relatively, I know it's not I said in the last video, cheap as chips. Well, that's of course relative to people. I understand that 100%. So let me correct that by saying this is an extremely, extremely cheap way to elevate your components. It does cost you money, there's no doubt about it, but I know what they want to do at Stack Audio. They want to create products that work, that really work, and that don't break the bank. And I really believe that these products do really work. They have an absolute 100% recommendation from me. They work and they are not expensive in the grand scheme of things. I've tried all kinds of other isolation over the time, from spikes, from platforms, you name it, other isolation components. But there is nothing that has improved my system anywhere near as much as putting these Stack Audio components under component isolation underneath my system. These things are amazing. So all I can say is well done, Theo. Well done, Josh. You are absolutely onto something really big here. I really do believe these things will work under lesser quality components. In fact, some of the feedback I've been getting on the channel from you guys when you've been mentioning that you've gone out and got them and tried them, and I haven't heard anybody yet say to me, or not either thank me for suggesting them, or say to me that they've made a big difference in their system. Not one has said they haven't heard any different. So I would have thought that's, rather than me rabbiting on about it, and again, as I say to you, I have no skin in the game here. I've been sent these to try them, and I just think they make such a big difference. I got them for everything in my system. And when I pull them in and I take them out and I do all my critical testing, and put my reviewer's cap on, these things work. These things really, really work. So look, I'll just wrap it up there and just say, reach out to Josh at Stack Audio. He's the man you'd want to talk to if you want to try these things. Do yourself a favor. You can't unhear this. Once it's there and you've got it under your components, there's an elevation you just can't go back from. Otherwise, you feel like, you know, you've hurt your system sonically, and you have by taking them out. But I mean, as a tester, I put them in and out. I need to be able to quantify what I'm hearing. But in this situation, with the preamp and power amps up on stack isolation now, bass tighter, micro detail better, imaging better, soundstage better. It is all selling the story that you are hearing Foreplay and Michael McDonald in your room singing that song to you. That is as real as that has ever been, by a country mile. That is bigger and better and more real than it's ever been before. Wow. Anyway, that's it. I'll sign off now. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying this stuff, all I can ask you to do is give it a thumbs up, and that'll push it out to more people. And please consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already a member of an Aussie Audiophile family. We want you here. We want you to communicate with us. It's a two-way street, this community. I want to hear from you. I encourage you to talk to me all the time. Get on there and tell me what you're hearing. Tell me what you. That's why I keep doing these blind testing things. I want you engaged. I want to prove to you what I'm hearing, so that you don't just necessarily have to believe me. But as I said, I live and die by my word, and I will refuse to be paid by anybody to critique anything. It's going to be reviewed whether it's good or bad or anything in between. But these things certainly are a massive step forward in my system. They have really, very surprisingly, for me to be perfectly honest, they have elevated my system to a whole nother level. So anyway, I'm going to listen to some more music. Thanks for watching. See you soon.